How you doing today? I hope you're having a great day despite this climate change that we're all experiencing. I'm sure there are days where you at the end of the day you say, "Man, this would have been a great day if it just wasn't for this climate change." And you know what never changes is the ongoing lecturing that we get from these insufferable elitists who have rules for thee but not for me. Before we get started, I want to remind you to please consider subscribing to the channel. Ring the subscription bell if you happen to be on YouTube. And if you're on one of the other platforms, go ahead and subscribe there and just become a member moving forward with the Midnight American. And I actually have to start off here saying I like Leonardo DiCaprio. I like his films. I like his acting anyway. I'm entertained by him. So I loved Wolf of Wall Street. I loved Inception. Thought that was really good. The Departed was kick-ass. I did recently watch Don't Look Up. And what did I think about it? Well, it was okay. I thought I thought it was every bit as smart as it thought it was. No, I don't really. Okay. I didn't think it was really that great of a performance by DiCaprio himself. If I was to give it a compliment, I'd have to say, well, I just loved every inch of the humongous leftist sausage that I had to swallow to get through it. It had some entertaining moments, but DiCaprio's best work now. Okay. His best work is actually his work on the global stage, his humanity, not his acting. Okay. But the revelations that he has been able to bestow upon us, that we are destroying the beautiful face of this planet that he lives on. And he can literally witness the carbon emissions floating throughout the atmosphere from the window of his private jet. And yeah, I would get upset too if that was me. If I could look over the edge of my yacht and literally see the ocean refuge right there. Yeah, you go, Leo, you go. And he did go. He went to the UN and, let everybody know enough is enough. We got to stop this climate change. Yeah, Leo, you go and you tell the public that the earth literally has 9 years left on its ticking clock. Literally. 9 years. Okay, well, yeah, you kind of had me rolling there until you got to the very specific time of literally 9 years. Well, I'm not saying that there's no climate change. I wouldn't say that. I'm not even saying that humans don't contribute to climate change in some way. I mean, we've had climate change for millions of years, and we'll continue to. Yeah, all right. So I'll go there with you. Yeah, okay. So humans do have maybe a little bit to do with the changing atmosphere as it stands right now, but I do feel a little bit like this is kind of a page right out of AOC's playbook from 2019 that we have only 12 years left. And at this point, he's going right off the same calendar saying, well, now we only have 9 years, right? And he says here, well, to tell the truth, let me see, move down here. To tell the truth, there are some other films that are conflicting with Don't Look Up, but I've always wanted to make a film about the subject matter. Well, of course he has. We all knew that the comet was a metaphor for climate change. That was very obvious. Like I said, not as intelligent as it thought it was. You didn't have to, you could have hit us over the head with it, and you'd gotten the message across just as well. But he's had a foundation for 20 years. Okay. And, he has, he got to go to Glasgow. He got to see the world leaders make some pretty substantial commitments. He added explaining that, much like Don't Look Up, there is a ticking clock. There's always that ticking clock, like the alligator or the crocodile in Peter Pan, tick, 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 tick. And, he says, man, so this movie is certainly not far off as far as the urgency of the matter. So I have to believe he's invested in this. Like I said, he's had a foundation for 20 years, which means he gets donations, which means that he probably has access to areas where there's habitats and beautiful things that he has access to that you never will. But that's a whole other subject. Yeah, so I have to take him at his word and say, well, I mean, he's invested. He's invested. Okay. I believe at this point he must be living an eco life with a shrinking carbon footprint, right? Well, looks like he's let's see here. I kind of come across something here though, where he says he's got a pretty environmentally unfriendly super yacht, a 315-foot, 110 million. Well, this would be pounds, which each pound would be equal to like $1.35. So you can do the math there. It's the Vava too. It's his own private yacht that produces as much carbon by sailing just 7 miles as the average car belches out in a year. Well, that doesn't seem very environmentally friendly to me, Leo. Okay, it costs 250,000 pounds just to fill the fuel tank. Fuel tanks? I mean, this thing doesn't run on solar? Well, maybe this helipad, maybe this helicopter here runs on solar energy. Okay, I'm just assuming. I'm making assumptions here, man. That's good on you for having the yacht, though, man. I mean, you're a great actor, man. A-list, and you're gonna pull in a tidy sum, being a good actor. And let's see. It also says that this Vava 2 produces 238 kilograms of carbon dioxide per mile, almost as much as your average British car emits in 2 months. Well, you certainly are lecturing us an awful lot on how awful we are in polluting the environment while not really living so authentically yourself. I don't know if I'm buying into this. Leonardo. Yeah, I think maybe you ought to take maybe a page from Goldie's book, and where she says, save the lectures for someone else. First of all, this woman is a national treasure, very wise. She's been in the Hollywood soup forever, but yet has been able to still keep her soul and understand that, I think that it's why it drives people crazy in Hollywood that they try to act holier than thou. Okay. And start lecturing middle America. We don't like that. Okay. And we don't think that just because you're rich and you're famous and you're a good actor, that you're wiser than anyone else. You are not. And in some cases, just the opposite. She says you could save your lectures for someone else. That's true wisdom. That is self-awareness. This woman gets it. And actually, I loved her in Overboard with Kurt. That was freaking a great film. I want to go see that film right now, just thinking about it. But yeah, she says that she stays in her lane. And right here, she says, you got to know when to stay in your lane rather than getting into politics, which this is synonymous now, the two, when you start talking about climate change and politics, all the same comes from the same elitist, authoritarian place. And she says, look, and she's saying as an actress here, she says, we are, I am paraphrasing, but we are emotional beings and we create emotion in others, and it's an escape. And I think we're in service. She understands where she truly serves the public as an actress, right? And yeah, I think Goldie gets it. I think she just within this article sprayed away the stench of hypocrisy that we see so much from people. It appears to be like Leo here. With nothing more than a humble stream of common sense. And the fact that she says that, look, man, stay in your lane, do what people love you for. Okay, it is the best way that you actually serve humanity, and save the sanctimonious leftist lectures for your little circle of influence, your little sage parley on the yacht. Okay, and the rest of us will continue to live our lives here in reality, living with practicality and common sense, and taking defensive measures to live our lives the way that we see fit, that is best for ourselves, our families, and the world around us. Guess what? No thanks, Leo. No thanks. Okay? Follow me on Facebook and on Patreon and on Subscribestar. Sign in at Midnight American. At Midnight American, midnightamerican.com, and become a member of the Night Crew. That way we can continue to stay in touch. Thank you so much for being here with me today, guys. And until next time, know yourself better than you know anyone else.